science experiments. Do you conduct those?
Not very much. Like there are a lot of science experiment. I also learned about float and sink, some density that float and sink. And in my school, that is the chapter. So I've learned a lot. Like why does a ship float when a needle sink? Means why a
Mhm.
ship float when a needle sink. But why?
Well, I'm good. Thank you for asking. And I am from Mysore, as I mentioned. I is in Karnataka, and I'm from Mysore. What about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Noida, ma'am.
Noida. Okay. What about your listen? Which class are you studying?
Ma'am, I'm studying in, we can say, 5th A, section A and 5th class.
Fifth standard. Okay.
Yes.
All right. May I know which subject is your favorite one?
Ma'am, my favorite subject is, I like English and science also.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Why do you like English?
Ma'am, I like English because I mostly speak in English and other some things like English is a very nice subject. It's a
Yeah.
professional subject, we can say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I actually, you know what, my English teacher was absolutely amazing. She was very polite, very soft spoken, and hence I started loving English all the more. And I started reading a lot of storybooks and novels, etc. You read Wimpy Kid series?
Hmm,
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
no, ma'am.
Okay, you should try that. Let me just mention the name in the chat box. You can check this.
Okay, ma'am.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Quite fun. It has lots of illustrations and cartoons in it.
Okay,
So,
ma'am.
yes, try this. And it is a series of books. This is the first one. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is the first one. I think there are about good 13 to 14 books after this one. So you can
Really?
read all of them. Yes, yes, it's a series. So you can read all of them one by one.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. What about science? You mentioned that you like science.
Yes, I like science because I want to be a scientist.
Really? Wonderful.
Yes. And science is also a good subject, means it's not a professional subject, that it's not, it's just like it's a knowledge for something. If you want to create something or do some work like scientist, if you want to become, then science is very good subject,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
want to be this.
Okay, okay. Can you please tell me about one concept that you've read in science which totally
mm,
surprised you?
Photosynthesis, we can say.
Photosynthesis. Okay.
Yes. So I read about photosynthesis in science. The
Mm-hmm.
photosynthesis is a process when plant create their food. First I don't really know a lot of about this, but now I've
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot about photosynthesis. Like plant first take plant take water, soil, water to make plant food. Means a plant produce oxygen, but how do the plant produce oxygen? Plant needs some special components like water, sunlight, and we can
Yes.
say, let me, some water, sunlight, soil, this type of thing, and also carbon dioxide.
Yes.
If we can, for photosynthesis, we need carbon dioxide also. And after that, after we get carbon dioxide, the plant create glucose and also photosynthesis, also oxygen. We can say glucose and oxygen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do the plants release glucose? No, they don't. They
No,
just
they
release
don't.
oxygen, isn't it?
Just they just release oxygen, but
Okay.
they in the process between the.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Glucose is a byproduct. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right. And what about experiments, science experiments? Do you conduct those?
Not very much. Like there are a lot of science experiment. I also learned about float and sink, some density that float and sink. And in
Mm-hmm.
my school, that is the chapter. So I've learned a lot. Like why does a ship float when a needle sink, means where a ship
Mhm.
float, a needle sink. But why? Because
Hmm.
because a ship float, the displaced water by
Mhm.
the shape is more than the weight of the ship itself, and the displaced water by the needle is not the more weight than itself the needle.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah. Correct. Because needle, the surface area is much smaller, whereas a ship, the surface area is huge,
yes,
and hence it doesn't. And there is the concept called as buoyancy. Do you know about that?
yes, I know. It's called buoyancy and
Yeah,
buoyancy.
buoyancy. Yes. So that is why the ship sails, whereas the needle sinks.
Yes.
Have you read the osmosis process?
Yes. Sorry, ma'am?
Osmosis. Have you read about osmosis?
No, ma'am.
You
Ma'am,
can
can you
check
tell me?
that. So osmosis is all about this one. Say let's consider this one a potato. Okay, you put a
Yes.
potato inside the water, soak it. Once you soak the potato in the water for a very long period of time, the potato that will be hard, it will have soaked in enough water to make it a little more smoother. Okay, so that is your osmosis process,
So
wherein if
it's
there is
just
if
like,
there is a difference, huh, just a moment. If there is this difference in the density of two components, then the materials move from one to the other to balance it. So that process is called as osmosis.